And Ross, we end every episode with a game called the Big Three. It's a draft style game where we pick a topic and we pick the best of or the worst of. You're big on structure, not just on the deal, but I feel like in life.
Correct.
You need structure with your health regimen. You need structure with God, structure with your family, with your loved ones, with your business, having a routine and a list and hammering at those things every single day. So that's going to be today's topic for the Big Three draft. We're going to pick three different things that you think everybody should implement into their daily regimen, into their daily life and their structure of their life. And we're going to go one by one. Whatever you pick, I can't pick. Whatever I pick, you can't pick. And you can start with the first pick.
What is important?
What's important to someone's structure in life?
Routine.
Routine.
You must have a routine.
Just general routine.
A routine.
Absolutely.
I mean, the routine for today started the night before. The routine for this week started Sunday. Sunday's a work day.
Yeah.
To me. Even though I was out with my daughters yesterday and taking them out and having this, I'm healing. I'm rebuilding relationships. They had no father for 10 years.
Working on those relationships.
I am, but I was still working here.
That's a work day.
Still
exactly.
working here.
It's always a work
working
day.
here, setting things up, organizing my day, understanding. I knew you guys were coming up. I knew Nelson was coming up. I knew I had to go to the doctor this morning, deal with some things there. And I know I have a mastermind coming up later today. I have a call with Michael Capon, the production meeting tonight. I got a bunch of stuff to go over with Michael, with Jordan, and we're doing a document, a million different things. Then you always have the wild cards. You never know, what's going to come up, what phone's going to ring, this and that. My disposal, my garbage disposal stopped working. And the light in my apartment doesn't work. I have to go home and
without routine, this is insanity.
So you need to make a routine. And, I feel that when you set a routine, you try and create habits.
Right.
So if part of your routine, like, yes, my routine this weekend, part of my new routine is getting fit again, right? Going back to the gym and adding supplements back into my life. Yesterday I got in a 2-hour workout, still saw my kids, still worked, still got a lot done. All these good, had my apartment cleaned. I had a lot of good stuff going on. So, I try and put in good habits because, greatness does not come from how you perform in the big game, on the big day. Greatness comes from your habits. Mm-hmm. If you have great habits, if you have good habits, and if you practice those habits, greatness comes. I make no mistake about it. Like I say, I'm a regular guy. I am in pursuit of greatness. And like Tom Brady says, there was nothing great about him. He doesn't have a particularly strong arm. He's slow as fuck compared to other guys in that position. He's not particularly strong. He has a good IQ, but not that high in IQ. So what made Tom Brady great? When you ask him, he talks about his consistency and his discipline, showing up and doing the small things every single day, whether he had to or not. Showing up and doing the small things every single day when other guys were not doing that. And that was the difference between him and there was some great players during the course of our lives, right? Great,
currently right now, but no Brady.
Lamar Jackson, great. This fucking quarterback from Buffalo.
Josh Allen,
$330 million, Patrick Mahomes.
Ain't no Tom Brady, though.
Tom Brady, when he was, he'd never had a strawberry till he was 40.
Yeah, that's just crazy. That's crazy.
His diet, he modified his workouts. Crazy. People say, well, he got lucky, he didn't get injured. Luck? He got injured once. He lost the whole season with his knee.
Yeah.
But because his whole workout regimen is about flexibility.
Whole lifestyle.
Right. That's why he didn't get injured. Because he's been preparing for those fucking hits his whole life. So I think routines, structure starts with the routine. And within routine, you have to have habits. So I set coffee every night in my house to go off at a certain time based on my schedule the next morning. I don't get up in the morning and turn the coffee on. I wake up, that coffee was ready today at 7 a.m.
Wow.
Because I knew I had a 9:45 doctor's appointment. I want to be in that bed. I go take a cup of coffee, go back to bed. I watch CNBC. I watch Fox Business. I'm trading the stock market. I'm watching the market go down, down, down. And I'm so excited. I'm doing so well. I love it. And I'm drinking my coffee. I'm thinking about the day. So that's where I start my day. Now you go.
Yeah, my first pick, then, to segue off of that, it's going to be, I want to say, discipline. And I think discipline, it's really a nice way or a more technical term for self-love and self-respect. Because the truth is, lifelong fat kid growing up my whole life. It wasn't until I started taking
You-
exercise. Yeah, it wasn't until I started taking exercise more seriously after high school that I realized, okay, this is affecting my entire life, not just how I feel about myself confidence wise,
Everything.
how I perform in the pull-up bar or in sports. This is how I work in school. This is how I
How
write my
you
songs.
feel.
This is how I feel. This is how I think. This is how I, and it's not even just the results. It's really just the fact of doing it. It's the fact of, okay, I got this done. Even if nowadays, based on my sales life, podcast life, I have to work out at night. Just there's no other way. I don't have the time to do it. But it's just the fact of doing it. The fact of knowing, hey, I gotta go, even if it's for the hour. It's that self-love and that
I love it.
ability to build on that every day. That is, it's exponentially what it's done for me, and the self-belief that it creates and the ability to accomplish anything. It's similar to how you said, I have this list and I hammer at those things until it gets done. That's what discipline really is. And it could be something as simple as brushing your teeth twice a day, 3 times a day, after every time you drink a cup of coffee. It could be something as simple as making your bed every single morning. One of my favorite quotes, you can't change the world until you make your bed every single morning.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I've seen that a lot. I would say like this to you. I talk about having a routine, right? I have a routine. Sticking to the routine is discipline.
Facts.
It's great. One thing I got to do this. Well, you have to stick to that routine. That's what discipline is. It is it is self-love.
Yeah.
It's about self-esteem, and I talk about this in Rock Solid. The world does not owe you self-esteem. It's one of the only things you can't buy.
Yeah.
You can't finagle. You can't shyster. You can't get on the hot market.
Can't steal it.
Nobody,
Can't take it.
nobody owes it to you. In fact, all those things, those shortcuts, diminish your self-esteem.
Exactly.
They take it out of you. Self-esteem is by doing one esteemable thing at a time.
Yep.
So when you have a routine, it says I'm going to wake up at 6, and you get up at 6, you don't hit snooze and get up by 7:15. You get up at 6, you might feel like shit, but you don't understand. You just put $1 in your self-esteem account. You are banking esteem. You have to do esteemable things as small as they are, just like opening the door from somebody, showing up on time, being pleasant.
Builds that stock. It builds that not for the whole world, your own perception
It builds
of yourself.
You're building yourself.
Yes.
You're making yourself a more important